In today's video, we're going to be doing some maintenance on our Hensley Aero hitch. We have our Hensley hooked up to our 30-foot Airstream Classic travel trailer, and we've had this hooked up for a couple of years. People have told us that the Hensleys tend to be overkill, but remember that our Airstream is our home, our full-time home, so we are okay with overkill. This guy makes sure that Airstream stays right behind us, right in line, everywhere we happen to go. To do this maintenance, you'll need a grease gun, heavy-duty automotive grease, a torque wrench, 9/16 sockets, and plenty of towels to perform these tasks. And make sure your grease gun is loaded correctly. While I'm doing this, let's talk about what needs to be done to perform maintenance on your Hensley hitch. Once a year, we need to grease the ball contained inside the Hensley hitch to prolong the life of the hitch. And every 500 miles or so, or before an extended trip, it's recommended that you grease the spring bars through the Zerks. Make sure you torque the U-bolts, which clamp the frame brackets to the trailer's A-frame, to 45 foot-pounds within the first 200 miles after installation and 5,000 miles thereafter. Lastly, keep the Stinger hitch receiver clean and greased will make hitching up easier. We will be showing you all of these steps in this video. In order to grease the hitch ball and coupler, you will need to hitch up your trailer to your truck. Secure the over-the-center latches, but leave everything else, including the trailer tongue, down. Make sure you raise your leveling jacks, by the way, sufficiently, since you will be raising the front of your trailer to access the ball. So if your stabilizers are down and you try to raise the front of your Airstream or whatever it happens to be, you risk putting undue load on your stabilizers. So make sure those are up at least a little bit. Once the hitch is secured to the truck, unlatch the coupler. We have ours locked, so first we had to remove the lock. But next, loosen the strut bars until they are very loose. The manual says sloppy loose, but we just like to say loose. This is an important step because if they're still tight, the ball will be held also tight against the coupler and you won't be able to access it. Raise the trailer tongue as if you were unhooking from a standard ball hitch. The coupler should lift right off the ball. Raise it enough that you are able to access the ball and the coupler to clean them and re-grease. And if you need to move your truck out of the way to do this, you can do that. Clean the ball and the coupler as well as you can, making sure to remove any debris. Now, re-grease both with heavy-duty automotive grease, and you cannot over-grease, so be generous. Now it's time to reverse the process. Lower the trailer tongue back onto the ball and lock the coupler latch. Again, we used a lock, so we put that in place then. Make sure to retighten the strut bars. They should be even on both sides. Count the threads, just tight enough so the struts don't rattle when you try to shake them. Check your struts after the next time you tow, as they may have loosened as the ball settles back into the coupler. The next maintenance task we tackled was greasing the Zerks and spring bars. On our Hensley hitch, we do not need to remove the spring bars to grease them. We fit the grease gun to the Zerks and pump until grease comes out of the holes below. And to ensure we get the grease all the way through the spring bars, we then cover the hole and continue pumping grease until it comes out the bottom of the housing. And repeat this step, of course, for both spring bars and Zerks. To be safe, we also decided to re-torque our U-bolts that bolt the Hensley hitch to the frame. They should be torqued to 45 foot-pounds, and as you can see, there were a couple of bolts that were loose after our traveling. And that's really it. So now it's time to either finish hitching up and take to the road again, or unhitch, park your vehicle, and just feel safe and sound that your Hensley hitch is now properly maintained. One last task we try to do before we hitch and unhitch is to clean the hitch stinger and the receiver. Scrape the stinger down with a putty knife to remove old grease and debris. And before we hitch up, next time we will spray both the hitch stinger and the receiver with a new coat of white lithium grease. And this will make hitching up and towing a breeze. I hope this video helps you maintain your Hensley hitch. We tried searching for this on YouTube and even through forums, and we didn't find a lot of help, so we just decided to do the research and make our own video. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we will certainly do our best to steer you in the right direction, pun very much intended. If you would like to follow our adventures all over the country in our Airstream, subscribe below to see what our next adventure is going to be. All right, thanks for watching, and happy travels.